Plaintiff Robin Gower says the defendant is her daughter, and they have a rocky relationship. Robin says her daughter is disrespectful and not only cusses at her, but also cusses at Robin's mother, who's raising the defendant's 5-year-old son. Robin is suing her daughter today because she bailed her out of jail and has yet to be repaid. Defendant Kendra Durr says her problems with Robin started when she got pregnant at the age of 18. Kendra says her mother was not happy about her pregnancy, and that drove a wedge between them. Kendra says her mother is suing for more than she owes.
Let me hear what happened.
Yes, sir. May I please tell you a story first about our experience coming in?
Sure.
It happened to be a mother and daughter on an airplane with us yesterday coming in from Atlanta. The only difference is we had to make an emergency stop in Indianapolis. The daughter was sitting next to her mom while her mom actually slipped away and passed as we were trying to touch
in the
down.
plane?
On the plane, yeah.
Was there any sign that the woman was sick?
I really don't know. At first they called made an announcement on the plane to see if there was any medical professionals on the plane. So a couple of guys went up front, and then they came back, and then they made another announcement, said that we need to make an emergency stop in Indianapolis.
Wow.
It lay so heavily on my heart that yesterday evening I called my daughter because I really didn't know what was going on. When they said emergency stop, I figured someone was sick, but I never thought someone was dying. And so normally I see everything, but yesterday I didn't know anything about it until 45 minutes later.
So you're usually very nosy.
Yes. I really didn't know what was going on. When they said emergency stop, I figured someone was sick, but I never thought someone was dying. And so normally I see everything, but yesterday I didn't know anything about it until 45 minutes later.
So you're usually very nosy.
Yes.
Defendant Kendra Durr is being sued by her mother, who claims Kendra is so disrespectful that she even cusses at her grandmother, who's raising Kendra's 5-year-old son.
Go ahead.
But I told my daughter that was something, a message for her from God, because she saw it all.
From you too.
Yes, it was. It really was. I mean, she saw the daughter really being hysterical because she was standing there helpless. She couldn't do anything for her mom. She saw them have to carry the mother off. Saw them carry the daughter off, and I didn't see any of it. And so my daughter, I've been with her through thick and thin, and for the last couple of years, we've just been bumping heads.
About what?
Everything.
Everything.
Like what? Give me some examples.
She's rude. She won't listen to no advice that you try to give her. She's
rude how?
Anything you say to her. I mean, she'll cuss. She's cussed at me. She's cussed at my mom. She's disrespectful. She has a word for everything that you say.
Why is she still there?
Still where? At my house?
Yeah.
Oh, she's only recently back because my mom made her move again.
Okay, so you all have put her out when she starts talking crazy to you all.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't talk crazy to someone who is housing you.
Yes.
So she's become disrespectful and curses you and her grandmother.
Yes. Yes, she has.
That's what it gets you put out.
No, that gets your head busted.
Okay, short of busting your head, short of that, you put him out. So thank God that's what you did.
We disagree on certain things regarding my grandson, who my mother is the primary caregiver for. He's 5. And my daughter, I guess she just really feels like she's doing my mom a favor, that my mom is basically raising her son.
She's not raising him.
Okay, let me hear from you, young lady.
Okay, as she stated, our relationship hasn't been the best, and it started probably when I got pregnant with my son. She didn't agree with that at first. She acted as if I was 15 when I got pregnant.
How old were you?
18.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Still in high school.
I was finishing high school. I did graduate, but she just took it to be as the end of the world.
What have you done since then?
I have did attend school as a massage therapist, and as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to school to get my nursing degree to be a pediatric nurse.
Good. So how old are you?
23.
Most high school graduates, if they're going to go to college, they go right in or they go within 2 years. So you've delayed your entry for 5 years, and it probably has something to do with you having a child earlier than perhaps you were prepared for. But maybe that's what she had on her mind, the fact that she was going to have to bear some of the burden while you struggled to get your education. Has she borne any of the burden?
She has.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why
helps.
she was a little
Yes.
concerned. You're, in essence, sharing your burden or putting your burden, part of it, on her. And she wasn't ready to have another child. Or were you?
No, not at all.
Yeah, if she was ready, she'd just clap.
But I had her own.
Oh, yeah. I'm like that with my children. I'm waiting on one of them to have a child, and I'm gonna be like, come on, you can go and stay in college, get on out of here. I want them grandkids. Y'all get going. You don't even have to come by and visit. It's mine. This baby's mine. She has done her part. How many children you raised?
3, her and her twin sister and my youngest daughter.
Mm-hmm. Why are you all falling out? Are you still falling out, and if so, why?
We bump heads about my son or anything else after that. If she doesn't like something that I'm doing, she will voice her opinion extremely loud about it.
Okay.
So we get along, but we don't get along.
Yeah, I can see. You get along when you're getting that 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't get along when it's time to pay it back. That's about right. Let me hear about this $24.78 you're suing her for.
Well, that came from my mom, who's the primary caregiver of my grandson. She's not in the best of health. And so on this particular day, she wanted my daughter to take her son and her twin sister's daughter with her. Kendra either didn't want to take the kids or didn't want to take her niece with her. So she was giving my mom flack, being loud, being rude, her normal thing, trying to sneak out the house, so my mother ended up calling the police. When the police came, Kendra was still being Kendra, loud, cursing, and they informed her to stop disrespecting her grandmother, stop cursing in front of her, and
That's
stop
not
being
true.
loud.
I wasn't cursing in front of her.
Kendra told them that it's her constitutional right. She can do what she wants to do and say what she wants to say. And so they ended up running her name. When they ran her name, it came back that she actually had a warrant for missing traffic court the year before. So off to jail she goes.
And then they read her constitutional
yes.
rights.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you quoting the Constitution? All right, we'll quote this part. You have a right to remain silent.
She will voice her opinion extremely loud about it.
Okay.
So we get along, but we don't get along.
Yeah, I can see. You get along when you're getting that 2,000. Then you don't get along when it's time to pay it back.
Defendant Kendra Durr is being sued by her mother, who claims Kendra is so disrespectful that she even cusses at her grandmother, who's raising Kendra's 5-year-old son.
So she went to jail. How did she get out?
She went to jail. Of course, I get the phone call. Instantly, I'm frustrated because I know somehow it's going to trickle down to me financially. She called me.
She said, Mama, it's time to share some more of that burden.
Yes, yes. So she's calling me like, it seemed like every 5 minutes. At everybody's advice, they told me to leave her in there. So the judge was talking to her, said, Ms. Durr, it looks like you forgot to come back and see us the last time you were here. And so he told her that she had to find her $2,500. The bail of $2,500 or the fine of $800. So I put my title up for Kendra, got her out of jail. She told me she was going to be getting her financial aid from school and that she'd give me my money right back because I didn't want to pay any interest. A week went by and she hadn't got her check yet. The apartment complex that she had stayed in at the time, they were having vandalism in their mailboxes. So they had a temporary mailbox inside the leasing office. I told Kendra to check with the mail person, let them know that she was expecting a check.
Did you
so
get
the
your
check
money
would
yet?
No.
What's her latest defense or excuse?
Her latest defense and excuse that I was being selfish. I knew she needed to buy her a car.
All right.
That was after she told me I was getting on her nerve the first time I asked her to give me my money.
Ma'am?
Okay, so the problem started at my grandmother's house. She told me that she would watch my son, but she didn't want to watch my niece, and she wanted me to leave my son but take my niece, and I had to go to work, and I told her I wasn't taking neither one of them, that they were staying here. She
That's
said,
right. You think this is? You gonna keep him or else?
No,
You think this is? You gonna tell me you ain't gonna keep
No,
my
she's
son?
gonna- she
You
was
better
gonna- she
keep my
said she's
son.
gonna
That's when
watch
you
him.
start cursing her, isn't it?
no.
Go ahead.
So that's when the whole argument broke out. She called the police. The police officer told me if I just leave right now, it'll just be done.
We won't arrest you.
Yes. So I left. They didn't ask me for my name. They pulled up on the side of me. Come to find out, she gave them my name, my address, and everything. That's when the woman officer told me I was being arrested because I had a warrant out for my arrest. So, yes, I did get locked up, and at the time, they told my mom that it was $810 to pay for my fine or $1,000 to bail me out.
How much did she pay on your behalf?
She paid $810.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, ma'am. She says you only paid or loaned her $800.
I have the receipt.
Yes, I paid $810 to get her out of jail,
All right.
but because she did not give me the money back in time, I now have a car note, thanks to her, that I have to pay every month or I'll lose my car. And so far, I've paid $1,368.25 because I've been paying on it for a year.
That was the direct result? Well, I'm not going to say that that's a direct result.
No, it's a direct result. The $800, had I paid the $800
in
back,
cash.
I would, in cash, pay them their money back, the $888, had I paid that back, then I wouldn't have the title loan every month. So it's interest they charge me every month. So had I given the $800 right back, I would have my title back. I would not be paying, making payments.
If you had not had to put your car up, if you had $800 in cash, your car would never have come into the picture.
Correct.
So if your car never came into the picture, then you would never have to pay a title loan.
Correct.
You could have borrowed the money from somewhere else.
I didn't have anyone to borrow the money from.
Okay, well, then you should have left her there. The one that curse you on a regular basis, curse you, curse your mama, curse everybody, you should have left her there. You're going to put your car up. You can't sue her for every single thing that was a consequence of you risking your money on her. I'll give you the $888 that you put up. She's only responsible for the money she told you she would repay you. It's your fault if you were sucker enough to go and put your car up, your house up, or anything else for a daughter that curses you and your mama. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
You owe me $1,300. That's all I'm saying.
No, just 810, just that, nothing more.
That's still my daughter. That's my child at the end of the day. It's just I don't agree with some of the things that she do.